Right there. This is ALK once again. I've decided to come on one day during the week, but I got something that to discuss. The biggest thing was the State of the Union by our present president, and what we have to focus on and understand. It was a lot of information given there, and most people say, "What information?" It was so much information, and that address that was given that we cannot mistake when we go out and vote and what to vote for. So all that was said, a lot of untruths and a lot of stuff that they are trying to do or understand. So when we look at all of this and take it to heart, we look at first of all the Republican. As the Republican cannot acknowledge wrong things and things that they should be fighting against, they shouldn't be in office. And I know they voted probably mega, but they still shouldn't be in office because it let us know as citizens that they don't have our back. They didn't speak against the things that he was speaking or saying. They didn't come back with their own video afterward, out of the respect, you let him do his speech, but at least have the guts to go to your podcast or YouTube, make a video and say what you agree with and what you didn't agree with, but not just say anything. So now we know the Republican is very, in a sense, okay with everything he said, and when they stood up and they okay everything he said, they agree with it. So now we got a lot of difficult things to deal with. And you said, why is that? Because I'm gonna say 40%. I'm gonna even say 40% of the voter population is somewhat have a disillusion of what to vote for. And if you decide to vote for the Republican Party, you are seriously on the wrong side of history because this State of the Union said it plainly who they are and what they're about and all of that. We got to understand that we got to do better in our voting. And right now, the Republican Party have no one to really run for office because they all either lied or somewhat on the bad side of history. And all the things that they do and all the things they let go, they don't either say anything like it's okay with them. And that's what the citizens should understand. That's why I say if you're a Republican voter, think about it. And I would say I would more than have your vote. I'm an independent candidate. I would more than have your vote and do a whole lot better in this present administration. As you notice that I don't say names, but we understand and we see them. We don't have to say the name. We know the action. If you a voter and you see the action, it's just like you agree with the hate, you agree with the naughtiness in a nice term that what they're doing, and you keep voting for these people and keep them in office, this country is not going to go in the right direction where we're needed. It's okay for people to have success. It's okay that for lower income people get ahead because how can we put rich people and make them even richer and then don't even give nothing to the poor people or underwages people. So I'm here to say we as a country got to change. We are a people got to take the information that we see, what we hear, what people is saying, we cannot let our eyes fool us. We cannot let our ears fool us. And just like what he's saying, if we look at it, and I'm not racist, I'm not saying white or black, because everybody benefit at some point with DIE, and I believe I put it diversity, equality, and the other one, and inequality. I say that, but we understand what it is, DIE. So, and we saying that to identify that, and for it to be verbally spoken, saying that they got rid of DIE, that let us know that we are not a country that is going in the right direction. We need DI to protect people. DIE. I don't know why I keep saying it in that way, but we have to be strong in what we do and what we stand for. So the fight is not the whole that into accountable, but the fight is to help people that need an opportunity, because just like we're at now, there's no protection for people that trying to make it and have the qualification to be better than people that sometimes be in position. So if you take, which they have taken that away, so now it's not a fair game. It's not fair game. It's them predicting, producing everything that they want, and throwing everybody else out the way, which they want that. But we it shouldn't be that way. Everybody should be given an opportunity. People that are different race sometimes need support, need help, because they're not going to be treated correctly. And what I'm saying is black people, brown people, and low class white people, they're not going to be given that opportunity, because what class they're poor people, because it don't benefit these people and sitting in high position, or have $1 million or $100 million income or $1 billion income. They doesn't care. They just want the elite to be successful and get more money, make more money, make more money. But like we always say, it's not going with you. But what is going with you is your character, how you act, what you did, all of that gonna go with you. And people that hide that, your action, your character will go with you, because after this life, it's not an end. Your character, how you respond, your act is going with you. If nothing else go with you, that is going with you. So we hear a lot of stuff in it. We hear about the prices, and I honestly believe, talk about Republican for a minute, just the voters. I honestly believe, if you're a voter and you still thinking gas prices is down, you have to realize that somebody is lying, because you go get gas. If you don't go get gas every day, but some part of the week you go get gas. And if you hear gas prices is $2 and something, $1.99, and then you go to the pump, it's not that. You cannot fault nobody else but the person that said that them prices were that low. You can't even fault the gas station. You can't say, and most people will probably say, which their mindset. That's why I'm speaking on Republican voters. Your mindset got to change. You cannot fault the gas, the service station, the convenience store, saying that, oh, they the one keeping the price up. He already said prices should be going down. You cannot fault that. He's the president of the United States. If it spit out his mouth, he should have the ability and the confidence to go to the company saying, hey, this is the gas price. This is what the gas price should be. If it ain't happening, you got to consider all the information and the thing that comes out of one mouth that somebody got to be lying. Either all the gas pump is lying or the person that's saying it. So I always say, look at the information. You cannot keep going in the direction we're going as a country. Now for believing people. Now it's okay to believe a con artist the first time. But like I always say, and I hear this quote, they say if the first time you see a person and he make a mistake, that's okay. And he said the second time he made that mistake, it's sort of like a habit. Now I'm saying all this, and I hear the I was amazed when I heard it. And then the third time he make it, it's his lifestyle, it's his character, it's what he do, his life. He would not change. That's who he believe he is, and that's what he gonna keep doing. That's what Donald President Trump gonna keep doing. Just like the tariffs. First time he was over, he put a tariff was a mistake. Then the second time he did it, it just a habit to him doing it. Then now when he's in office, he did it. It just in his mindset that this is to make the country better. And then people believe, Republican voter believe me when I say this. If we are dependent on TURD to fund this country, we are in trouble. TURD will not do it because our economy is so big. It cannot hold all the things that the expenses that this country pay out. You got to think about, is Turk gonna fund the military? Is Turk gonna fund all these departments? If somebody is Turk gonna pay somebody? And then that's why I say you have to get all the information and look it up and read. Just don't look at one news station or one person talking to you. I even listen to Fox just to see what craziness they gonna say or what they gonna do. It can be just as crazy it can be, and they still will put it out. It can be just as false it can be. They still will put it out. They'll say this State of the Union was gravy. I haven't watched none of they clips yet. I won't look at them, but I can be wrong because I haven't watched any of them. But I guarantee you that's exactly what happened. So it's a lot of deceitfulness in the White House. It's just plain as day. We have to look at that as a Republican voter, make that decision. Say I can't deal with this. I cannot have none of them. And most people say, "Oh, I hate Democrats." This is not about Democrats right now. This is about saving our democracy, saving our country, because we are so far off course of what we should be at. We should have had a great economy right now. If President Trump would have just accepted it and not been so hateful against the people, the former president or whatsoever, he would have had a great economy and he would have slide in there with some of the good president and his his first time being president would have just been wiped clean, and the talk would be now in his presidential now. So it just a hot mess that he couldn't consider that let's benefit from the last administration. So we look at that. The same as I'm talking about the Republican voters now. I just want to reach out to them. I just want to say, hey, you got to help this country advance. And as well as the independent voter, you got to help this country advance to a better place. And we can look at it today. I tell you right now, I speak for me only. This country, I don't care if I become president, this country got some changes to do. It got some places to go. It got some things that it got to cut off. And we got to pass some policies. We got to pass some laws that was correct. But we're not trying to correct all of this administration have done because they have 2 more years to mess things up. But and saying all that, you cannot. And I'm gonna speak as the and I pray and hope that I become the next president of the United States. But I'm saying this for whoever become the president. We cannot judge him according to how he's doing things because if he on the right side of history, it gonna take some time. 4 years is not gonna do it. We are pushing to at least 12 years trying to get this country back in the right direction. And then it's a bit risk assessment because people might go by and forget what the president, the Republican and the former president or people that does things to benefit themselves, but yet destroying the country. It's just like all these rich people. Now I know they have so much money, but yet they don't want to help nobody. They don't want to speak out. They don't want to say nothing about it. They just as quiet as they can be. But that gonna change because we got to move forward from where we at. Our next point we're gonna get in. We have to come to a point that we have to stop all of this. And I wrote a little note for one thing. We got to stop all of this in the White House. Slow it down because if we don't, it's just gonna be messy. And like I say, whoever be president, as I got the confidence, I have the opportunity of being, but I always have to be open minded. We cannot poll this person saying he doing a bad job. You cannot recover a mess in 4 years. Matter of fact, you will not recover the mess in 2 years, and that's the strange thing about it. And that's why I'm speaking to the Republican voter and the independent voter. You cannot judge the president that are coming into in 2028 who win. You cannot judge them in 2029 saying that they're doing a bad job. You cannot straighten this out because this is gonna got so worse. It's just not gonna be straightened out in 2 years. Whoever will be president, this is not gonna look good for them because always gonna be some talking point because it's such a messy thing now. But I believe that for me, I will speak for myself that I will take credit for everything that is done, everything that's being likened, everything that we trying to change. I will take credit for it. I won't blame the former president. Right now, I'm speaking against him because as a citizen. But when I become president, it's not no more of what they did or how they did it. I'm either going to accept what I receive because I volunteer become the president, and that's me. I volunteered, so I'm gonna try my best to make policy to ease us into something better. It might not be the first year, but I guarantee you it'll ease into something better, especially the prices. Now we can make these prices adjust, and people can have a better quality of life as we ease out of this mess. for the 4 years of this this past administration, ease into something a little better, but it's not going to be in a place where we used to be because it's going to take some time. It's going to take some court battles. It's going to take some fights. But I look at it, and for me, I speak to Republican politicians. Please do not try to speak up against nothing. If you just vote no, just leave it as that. Don't even try to take nothing to court because you would just be matter of fact, you would be just messy. Because if you're not speaking against it now, please do not open your mouth to say anything for the next administration when they take control. But I understand one thing: voters, Republican, Independent. I'm not saying too much about Democratic because Democratic is far better than the Republican at this moment. Now they do have their bad days. They and that's another story. But my goal is to settle things down the first year. We're not trying to do this or do that. We're gonna settle this country down, and then if there need be or will be investigation, we'll do it. But first, we got to get this country to a point to be stable. We're not trying to be in court or be all of that fighting. So we just got to get things stable first. Then after we get things stable, yes, we can go into all of that. We're not. I'm not saying that it's not going to take place, but it'll be a little down the road because, like I say, I don't want to be the president trying to fight battle in court and trying to fight saying that I spoke this, I gave this command. I want to focus on easing the pressure on the citizen, get prices down, get them a better quality of life, let them know that it's not all over. You can bounce back. So I'll be looking at that. But the biggest thing I will guarantee this as the crookedness and the deceitfulness and all these terrors and what you paid and what supposed to been delivered unto you is not. But I guarantee that you will get that. It might not be as much, but you will get a number. I'm not speaking a number, but after we look at the thing that was received and how much profit came out. But I'm just telling business I have nothing to do with you. I'm not dealing with the rich business. I'm just saying it plain. You probably will not get nothing back. If you make an income over a certain amount, you probably will not get anything. But for the citizen with a certain amount of income, they will be getting something. I guarantee that. I will work that myself. But just to go a little further, we gonna have to take some time. And most people saying that you got to make things better, but it takes some time. This administration got 2 more years. I said 2 more years because in between the primary and general election, that's sort of like can't be doing too much uh, damage in that time. But that's why I came on tonight just to talk about it. And it would be bad if I didn't make a video of about the State of the Union. I just want the people to know that we got to seek better. We as Republican voters, we got to think this thing out. You can always give up a year of voting and vote for someone else. Like I'm saying, I'm independent. Uh, I will enjoy your vote. So when you see this video and hear this conversation, I'm not bad mouthing you. I'm just asking you to make the right decision for a better quarter of life. And I think that we'll be all right. And nobody, and to make it easy, nobody don't even know, you have to know who you voted for. It's private anyway. So if we all worry about people that worry about who I vote for, you ain't got to tell nobody. When people act, tell you it's your privacy, and it deserves to be my decision if I want to tell anybody. But after all that, other than that, it was a good day. I feel like we can recover from all of this, like we have. I believe that we we got to put things in play, and we got to set the standard for being a citizen of the United States, and as being a government that can run smoothly. And we just got to just stay focused and don't do nothing out of the way. And like I tell this, I'll get ready to go. I tell the Democratic, when you take the House, hopefully you'll have both. You have the Senate and the Representative. You control both both houses, and don't. And I hate to say that most people probably criticize me for this, but that's okay. It's my opinion. Don't impeach, because I will give you this much. If you impeach, it will mess the totally thing that we'll focus on. Because if you impeach, you're going to have to impeach the next two people that right behind Donald Trump. Believe me, you will have to go in a impeaching a tornado. So I say keep that the President Trump in, just lock him down and hold him fast for the next 2 years, and that's it. Because if you change, I'm telling you, take my advice. I might just be a common person that you don't know. I'm telling you, do not do it. I'm helping you all out, and don't do it. And most people say, yes, impeach him, impeach him. He need to be. I'm telling you, don't do it, because if you do it, you got a you got a storm coming behind you. Because I'm telling you, even though President Trump is where he at and doing what he doing, but I'm telling you, those people that are in the next in line, I'm telling you, they will be worse. They don't saying worse. They it make it so bad. I would say this. I don't say too much about people that are not really criticized, but sometimes you can see it. You know, the most important thing is knowledge and having information. If you got information and you can keep that information to be knowledge and use it to the best of your ability, you'll be successful. But it's a difference between President Trump being in the office because he's not sensitive to the surrounding. In other words, he's not as smart as he proclaimed. But them other, we had a saying, it was old saying, and we grew up with it. And when we was doing something bad, they always call us knucklehead, which is the content of that. I don't really know what it mean. I mean that we were bad, but them next knucklehead is smart and bad. So we got to take that in consideration. Smart and terrible. Just I say just ride it out. I know I can't make you do it, but take my word that just ride it out. Just let him ride it out. Hold him down, lock him down. Just let him ride out. Cause them other people, and my term that I use, I said clown because in Donald Trump's circle there are some clowns that we don't want to fool with. I never watched the movie of the clown, but just think about it. You don't want it. But that's all I gotta do. I don't mean to go stay on too long, but I just wanted to give us insight on the State of the Union. I believe that we're gonna be all right. I believe that we're gonna be successful. We just got to hold on and manage our time. And if we're not going anywhere, we can investigate pretty much everybody, anybody, as Congress take control, which they probably do. But don't make it so obvious. Just calm it down. And I know the process of doing it, just calm it down a little bit, take control. And I hope that we have it's still gonna be in trouble because it's gonna be hard to do anything when the person that got the sign is the person that you fight against. So I would just say take it real smooth, start planning for the next president to come into office, start getting the bill that you want forward now. You ain't really got to have a vote on it, but get it ready that you won't be voting on stuff that's gonna be a waste of time because he's certainly not gonna sign it. That's the catch. And then you take it from there. But try to deal with some of the stuff that going on and let the people know that you're trying to get price down, help the next person that's coming in office, prepare and matter of fact, prepare the person that's getting ready to come in 2029. Get it ready and set up for that person. Get him set that he don't have to come in with all the crazy stuff. Set him up in a position that when he come in, it's not frustrating and he not got to deal with all these noises, all this talking, and all these bad polls coming in. Get him set up. Don't be the party that investigate. Don't do that. You're gonna have enough time for that. But get it set up that the next person to become a president, that he can come in with a ease that he can help to come and get rid of the past thing that's supposed to be passed. And that's how success happen. We know that we want to investigate, but just don't do so much. Just get it ready for the person that get ready to take office. Get bills that you can pass. And I know which I said that he probably won't sign it, but get it ready that when he step in, he already know what he got to do because when he win, I want to say when I win, but I'm gonna just say the person that do win, he's ready to sign and get stuff passed, and then the people will understand that he hold fast to what he said or how he said it. So with all that, I hope when you see this video and take heed to some of the words that I said, I firmly believe and the United States can bounce back for this administration. I'm not afraid. We did it once before. So we just got to encourage the voters to do the right thing. Don't be so diehard party. And when this country is dying, but you will set aside and vote for people that is destroying this country. If a Democrat were destroying this country, I would say the same thing about them because I am a firm believer. If you're doing wrong, you're doing wrong. If you're hypocriting, you just that. You foul, you just that. You call it out for that person can realize that this how people see them. You know, you ain't got the bastard calling super names and stuff like that, but you just let them know, hey, that's so wrong. You got to do better than that. But that's just me. I'm gonna get off, and I hope everybody have a beautiful day tomorrow. I know that's hard to say it, but I have to say it. Just stay focused, try to get through it. I know the price is still high. You know, I'm not looking forward to. I always look at it. I'm not looking forward to spending because every time you go in the store, you come out with nothing, but your pocket is just empty. It just is you go in there with a pocket full of money, but then when you come out, your pocket is empty and the grocery bag is short. I remember when we used to go get grocery, my family, that we at least can get at least 12 bags or something. But now you go in there, you might get 3 bags for under $100. So that's something other that we really gonna work on is get the prices down for people can live freely and find those people that was damaged with all the things that been taken away, all the funds that was there to help people that was living off of low income. And most people like, and that's how business get people. They can raise their wages, but then they give you less hours. That don't now ask yourself, does that make sense? They gonna raise your wages, but they gonna give you less hours. It's totally confusing. But after saying all that, I just encourage everyone just hold fast. You know, help is on the way. We just got to hold fast, which it's gonna be a long ride, but I believe that we can do it, and we just got to stick together and help each other. So that's all I have tonight. Next time you probably see me probably be Monday, unless something happened. I'll come online. But I had to come online for the state of address and make a video, and I also put it in the description. And it was mostly this one for Republican because the state address was about being a Republican party. I'm not going to say MAGA. MAGA to me is it's nothing because they don't hold enough water to win. The Republicans got to change their thought, change their mind. They got to say, hey, if the MAGA is taking over, we cannot vote for a MAGA representation. And that's the failure of it. You know, sometimes you have to do the right thing in order to bounce back with your party. Republican got to stand and get MAGA out of the system, get MAGA out of your party. Stand for something. And you don't have to vote the Republican Party. You can change that because you got to fight MAGA because that's the sad part about it. Republican, you're not fighting MAGA. You just riding alone. And now people are claiming that you're MAGA. If you just a Republican, conservative person that like your party as being a Republican voter, that's okay. But you got to fight. You cannot lay this down. You cannot sit back and say, "Oh, he's doing it." No, you cannot say that nothing is going right on the Republican side because MAGA have taken over, and you got to fight. And that's how what I want to lead with the Republican Party. You got to fight. In order to fight, you got to make some decision. And I know you don't want to go across the aisle and vote for a Democratic president. Even myself is being independent, but you got to vote a change. And I don't want you to stay at home. I want you to vote, but vote wisely and not vote for the MAGA representation. We cannot do that. because everybody behind President Trump is MAGA. You have to understand that. If you want to fight for your country, you have to do the right thing. Vote for the United States. Don't vote for party. Vote for the United States because this is the country that we got to live in. This is the country that have stand through wars. This is the country that men and women have lost their life, but we just want to give it up for just nonsense stuff. We fought for this country, but I just want to just it's just so much. But I'm finna get off the line, as I always say. AOK out. I hope you see you next Monday. Just believe. If you don't believe in something, believe in somebody else that they can do it. And that quote that might seem strange, but if you can't believe in something, believe in somebody else. And I say that because if you have in a party right now that you just can't believe in that party, you got to transform your mind and say, "Hey, I got to believe in someone else." Regardless of the party. In other words, you got to throw the party line out of the window and vote for somebody else. It might not be Republican, but you got to vote to help this country out. Like I say, we are getting out of here. AOK out. I'll see you Monday. Have a good weekend. Enjoy it.